Hello. Good morning. What's up? What's up?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good evening for me. I think we're already live. So, yeah.
Nice.
5 people watching. Yeah, man.
Well, I'm glad I brushed my hair.
Man, I hope we can see comments and stuff like that. I don't know if they'll come through. Top.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Live chat.
You should, but I have no idea.
Yeah, live chat is what it
3
says.
buttons right there. No.
Oh, there you
Do a
go.
little.
Fun proof. There we go. We got one guy.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. What's up, buddy?
What's up? What's up? Hey, there's Mr. Joe from the office.
What's up, buddies? What's up, guys? Good morning, everybody. For me. And yeah, my kitty wouldn't leave me alone this morning.
Well,
he's here too.
What's his name? What's his name? Her name?
Castiel.
Oh, dang. That's named after something special, just out of the...
Well, my other cats were Sam and Dean. They used to go hunting monsters. Yeah. Dean never came back. Sam was around. And then Castiel came in. So you follow me there? Have you ever watched Supernatural?
Solid.
Sam and Dean Winchester.
Solid. Yeah, man.
So Castiel.
Well, hey, thanks for joining me on the live once again. I'm glad we got to put it up on YouTube and see how this goes. My first time doing it, so give me a little bit of leeway and stuff. So, yeah, I hope that works really well. I got my piece of paper here of stuff to talk about, but I guess we'll wait for a couple more people to come online for the winners of the best body portion, the competition that we threw. So, other than that, we're planning on running a scale event this coming November, in about a month, and we're looking at doing it for the last week of November. Now, in regards to scale events and or Sorka rules or anything like that you can kind of put your 2 cents into, but how do you see an event going like that, or what do you see at events that happen like that?
Well, Sorka. People like to run Sorka events because they get a set of rules given to them. They get a set of parameters given to them. It's just simple, run a Sorka event. For us here, I've been running events, I guess, about 10 years or so now.
Solid.
And what I always do here, in fact, this Sunday coming up here, we actually start our Winter Series event. And what we do is we use what we need from Sorka.
Okay.
Tire sizes, bumper widths for class 1, different body requirements for class 1 as well, right?
Okay.
But then the rest of it is our event.
Okay.
But I guess Sorka is the sanctioning body, so you kind of got to go with that,
Okay.
It'll be the easiest way to go, but we don't even have scale points.
Okay.
Because the thing about us is, when you see people show up with 40 or 50 skill points, maxing everything out, they drive bad and beat a guy that drove really good with less points. We kind of started calling them cheater points.
Got it. Yep.
So, that was just kind of the way we were. So we got rid of them about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And aside from a few people really pushing it, and me having to put a few body requirements in there, it's actually worked out really good for us because it's driver. It's you, your vehicle, and the course.
Okay.
Simple as that. No cheater points or handicaps or any of that stuff.
Okay. Are you running like 5 lines, 10 lines, 15 lines?
We run about 4. We run 4 stages.
Okay.
Is what we do without.
Okay.
So, and the stages are anywhere from 10 to 15 gates per stage. We typically set about a 10-minute time limit.
Okay.
But most of the time we're done on a difficult course, we're done in 5 minutes. And because of the group that we get, we want to get out of there as soon as we can, like 2 o'clock or so at the latest. We don't want to be there all day.
Yeah.
So what we do is we set the courses to where they can be done in 2 to 4 minutes. If you set a course and you have, say, 50 people there, and all 50 take all 10 minutes on every course and timeout, you're in for a long day.
I get you.
So you try to set them up to where the guys can get through the courses, have fun, talk smack, and just have a good time for the most part. That's the number one thing for us. And I'm opening the winter series up here. So when I get done with this, I should be awake by then. I'm gonna go out there and do some trimming and try to start setting up a dirt course to go with the rocks for Sunday.
Nice. Yeah. So at least what I was thinking, or some of the guys were thinking, was exactly what you're saying is edit the Sorka rules, edit all those good stuff. But we were looking at maybe doing more of a time attack approach, and maybe collecting the fastest times to move on to different stages or phases of the competition. That way, I don't run into that situation where I'm there for freaking 10 hours or 5 hours and stuff like that. So I completely agree. I don't want to be standing there with a damn checkboard, and you know what I mean, like doing this number for 15 freaking minutes per person or 10 minutes per person. So
see, you can run it to where it's points based.
Okay.
As in, when you hit a gate, the points add up. The lower the points, the winner. But when you get a tie, the time is the tiebreaker. We can do events like that if you do just time and points, and you somehow manage to get a tie. This has happened, okay? Then what we do is we go back to the first stage or first course or whatever that time is would be the tiebreaker.
Got it.
You could do it that way, or you could take the points out of it and go just on time as the tiebreaker.
Got it.
So there are options. Time, if everybody has like a 2-point penalty per gate, you're going to have a lot of ties on the points.
Okay.
The time should not really tie. I mean, can it happen? Absolutely, yes, and it has happened, but it's rare when you're talking all the way down to the second.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for that, man. Cheers, Monster or whatever you got going. Oh, NOS.
Green NOS.
Damn.
I gotta start those early in the morning. Man, I tell you what, since leaving my job May the 1st, oh man, I don't like waking up early, man. That's last I made it a point to get to bed early, and it was around 12. So usually I wake up around 8:30 or 9. I roll out of bed, make some breakfast, sit around, do some editing and all that, and around 10:30 or 11, I get into the room, start working here. I can't really go outside and record till around 12 anyway because of the dew.
Wow.
Dew and humidity and all that.
Okay.
So that's when I start getting outside, and hopefully, I think we got 3 days supposed to be high percentage of rain. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that.
Nice.
But Sunday's looking good, and our temperatures are looking beautiful. Man, yesterday we raced. Man, we had such a good time out here.
It was good.
Man, we had guys crawling, guys racing. It was a great day. Weather was beautiful. So
solid. That's fucking. That's pretty wicked. If I could just take a break just to showcase the winners of the best body. So with a few more people here watching and stuff like that, best body was a competition. Not too sure if you saw it, Mr. Joe, but a competition of where we chose the best body that we would like to work with. For this time, we worked with a hard-bodied Toyota pickup truck in the 80s model era. Lights or square lights, 70 nice rigs and things like that. 2 guys came in with off-roading rigs, and the last individual came in with a lowrider, and it was very beautiful. So with that being said, the person who took 3rd place on that individual with, I believe it was 13 votes on YouTube channel. Was Mr. Zay. So give it up for Mr. Zay. Woo! Thanks, Mr. Zay. Second place was for Mr. Jordan Salas with 74 votes collectively in the comment section. And then the last person to win the stuff with 94 votes or 93 votes. Bert's got all your goodies and all that good stuff. Electronics hobbies for your prizes and stuff like that. So thank you very much, guys, for joining and participating. And I'm very glad that Mr. Exocaged was here to witness all that good stuff. If you got some time, check out that video. That paint scheme on the lowrider is disgusting. It's beautiful. It's got butterfly glass and everything. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, thank you very much for that one. And then the other thing I was going to ask you, going back to the competition, was your ultimate setup for a competition that you're running, that you're throwing? Tires, chassis, maybe base rig, stuff like that.
Well, let's see. One of my favorite styles of builds, and I don't run it very much, unfortunately, but I really should, is actually what's called the mullet build. I really like that setup where you run a straight front axle and a portal rear.
Whoa. Whoa.
I have two of them, and one of them I had to, you got to use the Element front end and a 10-3 rear. That one works pretty good, but unless you really modify the Element, you're not going to get as tight a turn. Okay. The other one I have actually has a Vidavon front SCX 10-3, like the Bronco style with the offset, and a TRX4 rear end. And that works perfectly as far as the rotations go and all that. So, but the thing about the TRX4 rear end, it's kind of heavy. So it'll affect that balance back and forth.
Got it.
But with those, I can position the front where I need it to be, and the back will usually just follow where it needs to go. The other way that we run, or that I like to run, because there's different setups for different areas, you know. But like a Capra front end and a 10-3 rear.
Wow.
You got the wide front because we can position the front and move that around. The narrow rear can squeeze through without dropping too low or whatever like that, you know? So
you're mixing up on axles. You know anything about like the gear ratio and stuff like that from a Capra front end? And is it already like overdriven already and stuff like that?
It's 3.75 to 1 stock gears, ring opinion on it. And then you have access to all the different portal drop gears. So you can overdrive the heck out of it.
Okay. And in regards to motor and ESC, you're running a Fusion Pro, 1800 Fusion.
I'm trying to share on my Facebook real quick. There we go.
No problem.
It'll get you shared right there. All right, maybe that'll work. But as far as control goes, there are two of them that are really impressive right now, and that would be the Fusion Pro 2300. I've got that on my SCX10 Pro. I got it on quite a few. In fact, in my brushless Sherpa, I got 4 of them in there. So there are 4 Fusion Pros in that Sherpa that I've got. The other one for running an outrunner motor, say your build has got, you only have so much room for a motor. You know, we all get into those. Now, so much room, so you got to run a little like a stubby outrunner, and that's going to be the new Furitech Python. Python X for 110.
Wow.
That's a really good ESC.
Okay. Locally we have Rhino setups. We have Rhino ESC with the motor, I believe, combos. And then we use a lot of Sidewinder 4s on those Holmes Hobby snub nose or revolvers, 1800, 22s, and 2500. So I personally love the 2500. It's kind of annoying and irritating with the noise a little bit, but she can boogie when you need her to boogie. So
my favorite setup right now for that is actually the 2040 KV V3 from Holmes.
wow.
And his Crawlmaster Mini V2 is different than his Crawlmaster Mini V3.
Okay.
I prefer the V2.
Okay.
But the Furitech, and I showed this in one of my videos, it has active brake or something like that. I have to look at it, but there's an active brake feature, and it's like with the Fusions, they'll actively hold that rotor in position and keep you from, because in Sorca you have reverse penalties. Stupid opinion. I don't ever put that in my videos or in my competitions.
Yeah.
But if the tires roll back just a little bit, you get that reverse penalty, right? So with this one, it'll actually hold, and kind of like the Fusion will. So what I've done is if you set this up right, it'll physically hold. So if your tires just drift, or you do the little jiggle thing and bring it back, as long as your tires don't roll, you won't get a penalty. But reverse penalty is stupid. It's like my thoughts on it are this: the Sorca guys, we go off roading for real. Yeah, do you ever do it with no reverse, buddy?
I mean, think it's impossible without reverse.
Right. And when I went to the ECC, the East Coast Championships here, I mainly went for the supers and the shafties, the little comp minis, and then the MOAs, like the deluxe fab. In that style of competition, I understand the reverse penalty because we're not talking scale. You know, that's more like a We Rock style competition, where you're driving purpose-built cage buggies to go around, and that I understand the reverse penalty. But on a scale truck where it's supposed to be scaled out so you can drive it down the highway, do you do that with no reverse? I mean, granted, if you're doing reverse on the highway, there's some kind of problem there. But like in the real world, you know, you're going to park spot, you're going to do all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, we have a winch penalty in the pro class, but every other class is you can winch all you want, including the DSM stuff, the bungee stuff.
Okay.
Those are legal. Dig is legal in class 2 sport, pro, and 3, of course. And 3, you got 4-wheel steering as well. And the reason we put dig as being legal is because, you know, you go out, you're getting into the hobby, you get that nice SEX 10.3, and guess what? It's got a dig feature on it. So you want to come out, do some competition, all of a sudden, oh, now I can't use a feature that came on my truck stock.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, when that first started coming out, we waited a year. We waited a year on it to give everybody a chance to catch up if they wanted to. Then the very next year, we just made it legal, free, with no penalty, in all the classes except for class 1. Class 1, we just kept that one normal.
Yeah, that one's got to be as real as possible. In regards to tire setup and 3D foams, or you're running 2-stage, dual stage, you're crazy crawler.
For me, it's all about the insert at this point in time. It really is the printed insert, man. You can design your own and print them right there in your own home.
Damn.
You know, the 2-stage foam still has its uses, but that's quickly going away, in my opinion. I think the printed insert is what's happening right now, and that's where I go to when I build a new vehicle. I'm using inserts.
Got it. I just saw your review on that. BAMF or BAMF, whatever they're called, and those things. When they first started that Facebook page, I was very excited. That's how I kind of first heard about them. Could never pull the trigger on a set of 3D foams. I ain't gonna lie, I never took inserts or foams serious. I kind of just chose the softest ones and cut a jigsaw pattern in it, shoved it in a tire, and kind of let it rip. But now I pay a lot more attention to the foams.
Buddy, I'll tell you this. Have you ever run an insert yet?
Not a 3D insert, no, sir.
Okay. As soon as you do, it'll be like, oh my God, I can steer now. It changes everything.
Okay.
Because, let me see here. Hang on a second. All right, we got this right here. 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 All right. So this is a bigger tire right here. I don't believe J Concepts even makes the 2.2 ruptures anymore, but I gotta say, all right, when you're turning and your tire does this, you're losing turning because the tire is rolling and you're going like this. Okay. So you're losing turning. This right here is good for like when you're bashing around, jumping, because you want that tire to absorb all the hits. And notice how it has a dampening effect with the foam.
Yeah.
Right? So it'll hit, absorb, kind of like another shock. When it comes to like these right here, they'll still absorb, but they're not quite as controlled. Okay. Some of them are faster than others. Okay. And what this can lead to in some situations, it can lead to hop of the vehicle. Okay. So, but the thing about it is, when you're steering on this right here, that's all you got.
Yeah.
So therefore, you're getting all your turn.
Okay.
When the very first time I drove a set of these, they were Three Brothers RC because they came out with them first, right? In the first 30, 40 seconds, this is where it was at. If you find that video, all I say is it turns. It turns.
Damn. No
So
kidding.
it's amazing at the accuracy. Now, what you can do with these, and I've done this before, a little bit of testing personal with different foams and stuff like that, is you run like this insert up front, right? It'll absorb like this. You got all of this, right?
Okay.
But with none of this. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's solid, right? So you've got that. If you want to, you can run like a normal foam, even something like this. I always do that cutout in mine.
Yeah.
Horrible as it is. It keeps it out of the bead lock. But what this will do is, like, say you're trying to turn uphill, it'll allow that back end to roll and kind of give you a four-wheel steer effect to bring that back end down. So you can go with that. However, if your gates are set up like, this right here, one here, one here, one here, that drift is going to put you into the gates.
No kidding. No.
It all depends on your setup, the gates, and all that. It's like if I was really serious into crawling, say I had these right here, I'd probably have about 2 or 3 different sets of these, all with different inserts, different foams, just to tune for whatever I need to tune for. So, I mean, that's just my thoughts. Like if you go to if there's a dirt course over here, technical rock course over here, you just swap out your foam or swap out your tires. And we've actually had guys come out and they said, can we change tires during the course? And what we generally tell them is like, no, once you start on a tire, you got to complete with that tire,
I agree.
Because if not, people will swap out course to course to course to course.
I agree.
And it makes sense to do that, but not everybody's going to have 4 sets of tires, 4 sets of wheels. So it gives you a bit of an unfair advantage, really.
I agree.
Because, I mean, you go from these on the rocks to these for the dirt,
Yeah.
You can launch with these up the hills than what these are, but these will give you better control in the rocks as where these will slide. Yeah, not everybody can just afford to throw down a bunch of money on wheels and tires just for one course. But I will tell you this, the serious guys, they will push everything to the limit. Like they'll have these, right? Just take these for example. They'll have 4 or 5 sets of exactly the same thing, but different internals.
That's crazy.
They'll go out. I got to go to the restroom. Give me a minute, and they'll go start swapping tires. Because if they know the course is right, they'll swap to these right here and get more control compression for this course. Back and forth. So
I agree.
Are you going to catch everybody? No. And the way we compete, if you've watched my videos of me actually competing, I'm driving one-handed as usual.
Got it.
I'm recording. My buddy is scoring, and we're talking smack back and forth.
Sounds like a good day, man. Sounds like
Dude, we have a blast, man. We have a
good day.
Blast we're out here, man. Yeah. There was one guy. His name was Nick. And me and my buddy Mark. Mark is very quick-witted, very fast.
Okay.
Very little filter. So we started following Nick around, except we changed his name to Dick. It was like, hit it harder, Dick. Come on, Dick. Get it in the hole. Come on, Dick. You can make it. Go, Dick. Man, we messed him up so bad.
Yeah.
Like that was way that like was it? Come on, Dick. That was too soft. Or you got to get in deeper, Dick. I mean, we were all over this poor guy.
No kidding.
It was funny though, man. We were in tears just laughing at that one, man. It was awesome.
Okay, forget it. Sorry, the kids interrupted. Sorry. Yes, you can.
It's all good.
Close the door.
My kitty's in here too, so
yeah. Man, I have my wife in the other room telling me that she can't see me on live. Yes, go. Yeah.
I can see you.
Yeah, me too. Yes, go. So yeah, let me try and figure that out with them. At least, hopefully, on the next one. Hopefully, it doesn't hinder our. Come on. Yes. Yes, you can. Go. I'm gonna lock this door pretty soon. Sorry about that, Joe. So.
Look at I can see you here. I mean.
Yep.
What are the comments saying? Can they see you?
Yeah. Can you guys see me? Keith, Storm. Can you guys see me? I don't know if they can see me. Yeah. There you go.
You're on my screen.
Yep. Yeah. Should be on their screen. Maybe my wife's not subscribed to me. How about that? Yeah. Also, so going back to the phones, there's a guy here, Storm. He actually just chatted he just put a comment down below that the BAMF or BAMF inserts all day. Storm's actually the first person I've seen or talked to that does that 3D inserts in the front and phones in the rear side. So he does super well in the mountain. Although where we go trailing, there isn't necessarily rocks per se. It's more like this compact dirt, like a compact. It's almost like rock. It's just very slippery. And so he still does really well. Wet days, hot days, it doesn't matter. Storm does pretty good with the 3D foams in the front and the regular foams in the rear. So that's pretty cool. And then moving along with that one too, that's the second time only in my RC life that I've heard someone run a straight axle front and a portal axle rear, or vice versa. There was a older RC guy that I was discussing with, and he says that he uses the same exact thing. He uses a portal in the front and a straight axle in the rear. And I told him, man, doesn't that kind of look, or I'm sorry, it might have been opposite. It might have been opposite where he's running axle in the rear and the front. And I was just like, dude, that looks funny, bro. And he goes, nah, but it's not about looking funny. It's performance at that point. You know what I mean?
Because you can position that front where you want it. And the back with that clearance just simply walks right across it.
Yeah.
So it works out pretty good. Plus, you can get insane overdrive with that.
I agree.
I mean, in box stock form, you talk like a 7 versus 3-to-1 ratio. So you typically got to overdrive the back so you don't end up with 60% overdrive or something like that.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you. Artwork. In regards to the next topic I wanted to discuss with you, being that we're on competition and whatnot, LCG chassis and or setups. Excuse me. Sorry. LCG chassis, anything that you're working with, you favor more, you appreciate more, you're interested in?
The thing about the LCG chassis is, man, it's like everybody in the world has their own chassis now. There's so many of them out there. I think my favorite, most massively produced one it would be the Endura or Power Hobby chassis.
I agree. Yes.
That thing works so good. It's got a forward mount transmission to it. It's got just enough of a rake to it, and it performs really well. The top links with that little weird S thing,
Yeah,
I got rid of them, made my own links.
I saw it.
But
I saw it.
yeah, that works good. And I have an older 10.2 kit on there.
Okay.
As far as like the transmission and all that. So it's a very basic truck, but it's lightweight. And man, it just works so good.
Yeah.
It really does.
You were using like small, it was not small links. I thought they were they're like the turning portions of a basher or whatever. It's a very small
Yeah.
truck.
Like some short steering links, the turnbuckles.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
turnbuckle.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are in quite a few different trucks. I have a whole bin of nothing but links and rods and all that stuff that I dig into every now and then.
Yeah, I was watching that video because I bought the Endura chassis, and here on Guam they were pushing very on the Rock Pirates, and there's another one. There's a shitload, just like you said. There's like Reapers, and yeah,
Everybody's got them out there now. I've got the Rock Pirates buggy, and that one has the capper front with a 10.3 rear, so it's got the wide and narrow. That one runs really good as well. But I had the Rock Pirates chassis for the SEX 10.3 Pro or SEX 10 Pro. And dude, I did not like that chassis on there at all.
okay.
Did not. I mean, I was like, man, I want to just kick this thing because the lines I'm pulling that is not going up, I know can make it up. But I'm like, man, what is wrong with this thing? And I ended up putting stock chassis rails back on it, and poof, it's perfect.
No kidding. No kidding. Wow.
No kidding. That's the only chassis that I ever used, and it was a limited edition Reefs chassis on top of that. And Reefs is my thing, Man, I just did not like that chassis, man. I don't know why. It changed some geometries around or something.
Okay.
It just changed something.
So and for servos and things like that on LCGs and or in competition, Reefs is the way you go. 500 or 777.
You saw the new brass ones, right?
Yeah, those things are sexy, dude. Those are badass.
Yeah. The raw 500 or the brass 500 is like 5.2 ounces.
Okay.
I'm not sure where that comes into grams at your end of it.
Okay.
The raw 800, the brass 800, I've got that video done for channel members, by the way. I got to get it out there. But right now, that Gorgon is just awesome.
Dude, I saw that video. I was just about to talk about that, but go ahead.
Yeah, dude. I put up the wheelie video this morning.
Yeah.
I put the Promoto X radio in it, and dude, it'll wheelie up and just hold it. Today, I got to put that radio in my Raminator and try that one. I want to see if I can do a Raminator wheel and just let it hold it with the Ram. I also want to do it with the LMT, and I can't really do it on that one because of the motors. But I was going to try to do it with the Clodbuster. Pop the Clodbuster up. I can put a brushless motor in my lunchbox or the Midnight Pumpkin. Nah, I'll do the LMT and Raminator today, and then when I get done with those, I got to do the raw 500 brass into one of the LCG crawlers. I get that done. I should be wrapped up for most of the day because I've got to build the course and all back there as well. But then the Raminator, I don't have it here, but the Raminator comes here to the table. It's going to be on the table, wheels and tires off of it. After I do all this, I've got a brand new transmission for that thing. This is a SEX6 transmission by Vidavon, right? But it's got 10 millimeter outputs on it. So I've got the SEX6 transmission, that nice aluminum one. It's all mod 1.5 inside. So I've got that. And then I've got to do I've got the skid from MFR here in the States. He built me the skids. They're around here somewhere. So the Raminator, instead of having the chain drive coming down the side and all that stuff, it'll be like a flat skid, kind of like a normal vehicle. So it's going to drop the center of gravity down. So, but to make this work the way the stock Raminator is, the way it works is the front drive shaft and rear drive shafts turn opposite directions. Okay. So I've got to flip the front diff or put in a whole nother front axle. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but I'm working on building some ram bouncers. Raminator axle bouncers using the Raminator mega tires. They're like this big around.
Damn.
So I've just about got one. If this transmission tests out good, like I'm pretty sure it will, okay, I'm going to send a set of axles. I've got, axles. I've got links, shocks, this transmission, this skid, all this stuff like that. All that will go to Travis Vance at Addictive RC, and he's going to build 3 chassis. One for me, one for my buddy Al, and one for my buddy Larry.
Yeah.
So they were asking, how much are we looking at for the whole thing turnkey? You're probably looking at around $7,000, and that's before you get into the real high-end servos.
Holy shit.
It's like my Ram has 4 Beast 2000s on it. That's like $1,800 just in servos.
You're the man. You're the man.
Well, granted, now I am a dealer, so my prices are a little under, and that helps tremendously, okay? But still, it's a $450 servo.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nope.
And I'm going to Halloween Haul and Crawl the 21st and 22nd in Alabama with Georgia Rock Zombies. So I'll be up there, and I'm taking the Raminator. So I got to put the Raminator back together. And we're talking about trying to do a tug of war with the Raminators. But what we're wanting to do is see how many 110 crawlers it takes to actually pull the Raminator back. I just hook it up to 10, 15, 20 RC crawlers to see how many it takes.
That's a lot of rope, man.
Awesome.
That's a lot of rope.
Hey, man, I say, hey, just look, if you daisy chain them all together, the first trucks are going to have straight chassis by the end of the run. They're going to get yanked right apart, you know?
You're going to pull the LCG out of it. That's what you're going to do.
I will straighten that frame. We were also talking about taking something like a Tamiya CC01 or something like that, and setting it up with some hooks on it, and then me and my other buddy Brad with our Rams, we just kind of line up and just go, just destroy them, just like blow the thing up, man.
That'll be dope in slow mo. It's got to be dope in slow mo. That'll be super cool in slow mo.
Yeah, I would definitely set up a tripod or something, and believe me, if we were to do that, dude, all 500 people there is going to have cameras on that. Believe me, not everyone there is going to have them phones out to watch this. We're going to tear up something, let me tell you.
Check this shit out. Look at it. They're about to pull this part.
Either we will destroy the Rams, or we're going to destroy what we're hooked to. One or the other. And the Rams come in about 80 to 90 pounds a piece. So if we have like a 15-foot run, dude, something's going to give when we go wham. You know, something's going to give.
It would be sick if the
cat gets a little bit too frisky when I'm not petting on him. Get down, buddy.
It would be sick if the TT01 or the CC01 just rips off the bumpers on the ride.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. We got to get onto the chassis enough, you know, to make that go. But man, we got all kinds of stuff, man. So
that's pretty sick. Some of the boys in the chat were just saying we'll take any of your leftovers and or your spare parts. And then one of the guys, the Vice Presidente, is asking to send me one. You're out of your mind, Jordan. I ain't got no $8,000, $10,000 to buy no fucking Raminator. That's sick. There she is.
Yeah, this guy right here, man, got the brushless in it. The receiver, I let a 9-year-old girl try to break it, and all she was able to do is knock the receiver loose. Man, she ran this into everything in the world, man. But this is a very tough truck. I know the body clips on it, the way the body slides in, when it fills up with sand, it's kind of a pain to get out. But that's about the only issue I'm coming up with on it. It's a very solid truck, man. Very solid.
Got a nice paint scheme too. Got a very nice paint scheme. Good paint scheme, good design. Looks nice, man. Arma did it with that one.
Yeah, they with this truck right here, the Stampede's dead.
Ooh.
I'm just telling you, Stampede's dead. I mean, everything on here is beefier in every way than the Stampede.
Wow.
Everything here is just beefier, man. And this right here actually comes with bearings. As where the Stampede, you get the XL5, it comes with bushings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but this thing right here, man, I put like when you talk about some takeout parts and pieces, that's what I put in this. Yeah. Just a takeout motor, 3,800 kV out of something. I forget. One of the Spectrum ESCs right here. So that's why I keep most of all that stuff, because you never know. I don't know what I'm building tomorrow. Who knows? You know?
Yeah, I got a problem. My wife gets irritated. I store all my stuff too. I got shit from when I first started RC. And it just sits there in the box, you know what I mean? But you never know, like you said, when you're planning to redo something, edit something, build a Frankenstein Basher, build a Frankenstein crawler, right? So.
But yeah, this thing right here is absolutely awesome, man. I really like it. And I also got. Oh yes, that right there, the Stampede's dead. The gears, everything in that is just leaps and bounds beyond anything the Stampede could ever be. The Stampede's been around for a long time, and there is a ton of aftermarket around to make it hold up. That doesn't need the aftermarket.
Wow.
It's got 22 millimeter wide gears in it.
Holy shit. Wow.
I mean, seriously, I mean, I did a full breakdown on it, and you pull the gears out with like 4 bolts at the bottom, and then you have your whole differential right out there.
Arma killed it with that. That's smart. Whatever, when they first did it on the Sentin or the, what was it, the Granite or something, that it was genius, bro. Easy access.
Mm-hmm. So I've never had a Granite, but that little dude right there is awesome. And I would love it to see Arma just basically put a brushless in there with that same gyro thing and just call it, good. Dude, man, this little girl that was here for the open park, I'll walk out there with it, and I'm like, her name is Sarah, I believe. And I said, where's Sarah at? And her mom goes, she's over there. I'm like, good. I got something for her to drive. And I said, Sarah, drive this. Really? Yeah, drive it.
No kidding.
She drove the wheels off of it, and it took it all. I mean, that thing's a little girl. She was hitting the jumps, landing under full throttle with it, everything, man. It just took it. Very impressive truck, man.
And not a broken part. Not a broken part. Nothing.
There is nothing broke on it at all that I know of.
Shit.
Nothing. I mean, that was with brushless on 2S, which, oh yeah, I've also got to do that I got to do a 3S run on that today. So 3S run on that with a 3,800 kV motor. Should be pretty good.
It's gonna do standing backflips as well.
Put a radio on it. Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Oh, speaking of radios, tomorrow and the 11th is like Amazon Prime Days here in the States.
I was just about to bring that up. Yep.
There's a 20% coupon on this right here. So from like 320 to like 270, 260. This is the RC8X.
Okay.
So I got an update video to do on this for these guys.
Okay. So that's your go-to?
For crawlers, this thing right here is absolutely amazing. It's a little bit awkward for one-handed, but I do it just fine. I prefer this on my crawlers. You got channel mapping. You can set your buttons up for momentary, dig, all kinds of stuff. So, and if you're left-handed, you can actually put this on the other side.
I was gonna say it rotates, doesn't it? Rotate.
The buttons are on both sides in there. So, and you got this button right here, which is really weird. But man, when you're driving one-handed and you got to switch like your steering mode or your dig or something, just ram this right into your gut. And you're good to go. It'll work for you. I kind of like that here, in all honesty.
No kidding.
I didn't think I would, but yeah, it's actually pretty cool. But yeah, that and then the GT5 for all my racing and stuff like that, because the GT5 is so ergonomic for one-handed driving. And I'm not sure that people really, there you go, right there. I'm not sure people really realize it, but man, when I'm on the track racing in video, it's all one-handed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So when I'm the guys out there, I've been driving one with both hands. I'm like, man, what the heck is up with this? And then my buddy will go, dude, you're driving wrong. Oh yeah. I start driving with them.
No kidding. Yeah.
We were racing X-Maxes, XRTs, Mojaves, and DBXLs yesterday at the track. So, and I let my buddy David drive my XRT. I've got sand paddles on the back and Badlands on the front. It's got the Hobby Wing Max 5G2 with a 1250 kV motor. I'm not sure if you guys saw the video or not, but it took 12S on that motor.
Oh shit!
I did 12S and it survived.
Wow.
I was talking with a guy that I know of that knows these motors, and he goes, it's not rated for 12S, but I'm not going to tell you it'll blow up either. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Sign me up.
Now I have rotors from 1650s, the 1650 kV, the 1717 size, Hobby Wing and Castle, and both of them are completely shattered off of 8S.
Wow.
So this is a 12S that took, or this is a 1250 kV that took 12S.
Wow.
So they're getting better on the windings because it's all in the windings.
Okay.
You know, if they get that Kevlar wrap strong enough, man, you can spin these things up. But that's what happens. Or like say, like I had a Traxxas Raptor R that I was messing with, right?
Okay.
And I took the motor system out of it to put the other system in. And dude, I ran that truck twice for video purposes. So you're talking maybe 20 minutes of actual drive time, right? I took the motor and ESC out to give back to Sean so he could do something with it. And dude, the motor bearings were blown.
Wow.
Like you take that thing.
That's the blue one, right? The Raptor, right?
Yeah. I took it out and I was taking it to him and I just happened to wiggle the shaft a little bit. And dude, click, 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 click. I'm like, 20 minutes. And that motor was gone. Granted, he was able to change the bearings because obviously we got the thing out, right? We got it out, got them taken care of, and good to go. But I got another motor over here somewhere. Dude, I have more RC than anybody should ever have. I think I'm back up to 104 now.
Oh shit, you got more.
Yeah, because I was at like 104 and I sold about 3 or 4 of them just to try to get back under 100, and now I'm back up. So, but I know the our Larlo speed car, I got my full system in to do the dual motor on that.
Okay.
But I got to order another ESC and motor. What I'm planning to put on that, and I ordered one of these. I should have ordered 2 of them. I want to keep that car 2S. I just want to keep it 2S just out of principle to keep it 2S. 3S, 4S, 5S, you just really open everything up. But I kind of want to limit it to 2S. So we have an Easy Run Max 10 G2. I believe this is the 80 amp version.
Got it.
Yeah, this is the 80 amp version because it's a smaller ESC. It'll fit the car better, which I actually bought this for the bike, but that's another story. But the motor I've got for it is a 5400 kV motor. So this is all a G2. So I got to order another one of these from Hobby Wing.
Damn.
So it'll get twin 5400 kV motors.
Holy shoot. That's
That thing should scream, dude. It should scream. I mean, 2S with 5400 kV should be awesome. And then we'll put the biggest pinion gears we can find on it.
One of the guys in the chat is putting, I want to see him race Kevin. One of our guys, Mr. Kevin Delory, is notorious for just pointing and shooting, man. And he on crawlers, and it becomes the fastest basher that you can see. But yeah, we'll probably set that up online so you can race Kevin or whatever like that. But that would be pretty fucking cool. I don't know if Kev stands a chance. Dual motors, Kev don't stand a chance.
Listen, I'm not a speed run guy, but in the papers it said it should go 200 kilometers an hour.
Okay.
And you're talking a 110 truck, 110 car. Yeah, pull this thing out here real quick for you.
Yeah.
Arlarlo, they're really stepping it up, man. This is one of them companies where I saw them, tested some stuff, and then I saw them with their Facebook page, just communicating with everybody.
Yeah.
They're right there. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit different than typical Amazon.
Yeah.
They put the product in, well, good luck with
Good
that.
luck if you get it. You know what I mean? Good luck if you get the right one. Yeah, you're right.
You know, Arlo, they're consistently updating their stuff. If they put out a vehicle and had bad axles in it, so what do? They change the entire lineup with the better axles, and then if you had issues with the stock axles, they send them to you.
No kidding.
To get you updated. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But this is their speed car right here. So, and this is the stock setup. Now this is the carbon version.
Yeah.
Full carbon all the way around on it. They have a carbon version and an aluminum version.
Okay.
So, and these right here are just little caps that go on the wheels. They're actually shiny wheels all the way around. But you can see right there, they come brushless and everything. So, but yeah, I've got the full kit to convert this thing, so it'll be switched all the way around and all that. And the kit actually moves because, all right, that's Gorgon. I've got the paperwork for this thing somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. If I got the paperwork for it, they actually show you the setup with dual motors.
No kidding.
And it's pretty darn awesome, man. Here.
I haven't seen that, Brad. How much does that kit or what you have right there cost?
This right here is the $300 one.
Oh wow! No kidding. Carbon fiber and everything.
Yeah, this right here actually shows. If you guys can see the dual batteries,
Yep.
Dual motors, everything.
Yep.
This is the dual motor kit. I've got this kit.
Wow.
I just don't have the second system on this.
Wow.
But it sits in there, it puts a servo on top.
Okay.
So the servo goes from down there to right here.
Pushes up. Yep. Yep.
And then the dual ESCs, the motors, and the batteries, because the chassis is wide all the way around.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So, I mean, they're going for it, man. I mean,
it's even got the indent for the battery straps. It's already got the cutout for the battery straps for when you extend out. Yep.
Yeah, it's already there.
No kidding.
And what's weird about it is I'm not sure, but it has a servo on the spoiler.
Shut up.
You can adjust it down for it.
That's crazy.
So I'm kind of thinking, but the thing is, I mean, if you're going to be running 100 miles an hour with this, if you have this turned up, it's going to push it and try to do this.
Yep.
So I'm thinking because I'll change the radio on this. I believe, I'm not sure if I can do it, but what I'll do is I'll have to do something on one of the channels, right? Maybe the little thumb channel or something like that.
Okay.
To where I can start like this and then flip the switch and drop it once I'm running. You know, I could split it and put it into a servo, but you know, then as you throttle it, it's going to do that. Brake it, do that. Which, if you hit the brakes and you're doing 100 miles an hour, it does this.
Yep.
You know, I'd rather not lose the car, but I don't know. Fastest I've ever driven an RC car was 82 miles per hour, and that was off the GT2P.
Wow.
That was a while back, and I was so happy. Man, I did 82 miles an hour, and I didn't crash. So I was fine with that.
82's fast.
So I was with that, man.
82 is fast. They sell the twin motor for
Now,
600. The single motor aluminum is 160. Race Kevin tail. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on these comments. One of the guys said you should come to Guam and trail with us.
I would love to be able to travel and do all that. I would love to be able to travel and do all that. I want to go to China. I mean, I do so much with Vidavon. I'd like to go see his shop.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to travel and go do that. And now that I'm doing this full time, you know, I mean, I've got the time.
Yeah.
I could go back and knock out a bunch of quickie videos.
Yeah.
You know, quality might not be there or anything, but I could have videos to work through, like say a week-long trip or something. You know.
Yeah.
Because I doubt the Chinese government would allow me to upload from there. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, you
got this American sharing Chinese secrets.
Another one was Exo Boss Man. Did you have any upcoming videos for the dirt bike from Low C, or any upgrades or stuff like that?
My dirt bike is actually tore apart. I'm doing full Vidavant upgrade on that thing, and I'm talking all of it.
Wow.
So it's currently tore apart. I've got to finish the editing up to where it's at, which is the front fork and all that stuff. But man, I got all the Vidavant for this thing, and dude, it was a lot of tear down. Like the entire bike torn down. The front forks are back together. I've got that back together. I'm at the point now where I've got to completely take all the way apart, put the carbon sides on it, and there's some parts inside of it I got to do. But I got to get the video edited to where I'm at with it, because there's probably 150 different clips. You know, when I do my build videos, I get right there, you know, to try to show you guys what is there, you know, to try to help out as much as I can. So when I get that done, then I got to go back, because you're probably still looking at a 20 to 25 minute video on that. Then I go back at all them scenes. I got to adjust the volumes and speed them up, because, I mean, if not, you'll get bored so quick.
Yeah, I get it.
You got to kind of move with videos. And that's one of the things that Kevin Talbot's so good at, is moving with videos.
Yeah, that guy is crazy, dude. He's nuts. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's very, very good.
Yeah.
Like, from my viewpoint here, editing, going out, trying to do what he does, that dude's good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
And he changed one of his channel names to Kevin Talbot RC. So Kevin Talbot, he said it was never really a RC specific channel. So he wants to do more things with it, like with real trucks and all that. So he's wanting to branch out and do more with it, which I don't know how he's going to do more. I mean, the dude is busy to no end. Plus, he's moving to another location.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's moving out of the UK to Isle of Man. Taxes and politics is running them out.
Did he ever finish that monster truck in his garage? That was probably the last video. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's finished that, and he's ran several shows with it in the UK.
Damn.
So yeah.
No shit.
He gets out there, he'll rip the donuts and all that. Yeah.
He's driving the monster truck.
Mm-hmm.
No shit. I didn't know he could. I thought he was just building it just for, shits and giggles.
No, he gets out and drives that. He jumps buses with it and stuff, man.
Oh shit, that's badass.
What was awesome is, as a mechanic, I've built trucks before, never a monster truck, but I built full suspension systems. I built engines, all kinds of stuff, right, from my own truck when I was doing that.
Yeah.
Man, he breaks out the TIG welder, all the grinders, all the cutters, and he's cutting and fabbing. I'm thinking, this is not just a simple little office guy that works on RCs in the spare time.
No kidding. No kidding.
The dude's got skills, man.
Yeah. He's a mon.
So, and where he's at in the world, this dude's earned it.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
It's easy to look at people, even me. Oh, you've got it like that. You've got it like that. I'm like, buddy, I basically worked 2.5 full-time jobs with YouTube and my full-time job for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then I got lucky, started making good money here.
Yeah.
And I still work typically 9 a.m. in the morning. It's about time I get up. But when I start editing, so let's just say 10 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
to usually 1 to 2 in the morning. That's typically I'm busy. Now, granted, there might be a nap in the middle of all that. I might take myself a midday nap because why not, but that's typically my schedule,
the
man.
beer? When's the time for the beer and the relaxation and the?
At the most, I'll have a wine cooler or a Mike's Hard Lemonade. That's about it.
Nothing like a Mike's Hard Lemonade, man. I think it'll kick too. She'll kick. She'll kick.
Yeah,
no,
because I can't really taste the alcohol. I've never had a taste for alcohol.
Okay, cool, man.
So, yeah, I've tried all kinds of drinks. Now, my brother, he did some kind of a daiquiri or something, and he said, "Man, this thing is strong as hell, but give it a shot." And I took a sip. I'm like, "Dude, I could drink this, so this is dangerous. Take it back." Because I could actually drink what he made. I'm like, "Oh man." So, and I knew I had a long drive back. I'm like, you know what? You just take it back. I appreciate it. But this is dangerous because I can drink it.
Yeah.
So.
No kidding.
Yeah, I've just never been a alcohol guy. Instead, I poison myself with these every day.
Man, I tried a couple. When I started with the Red Bull, right? Just the Red Bull or whatever, and then you start to get into Monster, and then you start moving into I don't even know what the hell what was the Rock Stars and all those other ones, and yeah, I'll stick to the water and the soda maybe.
Man, when I first started the Southeast Tough Truck Challenge, or the SETTC, it was down here in Florida. I had Robin Stover, Toby Lavender of Top Truck Challenge, 4-Wheeler Magazine.
Wow. I
had like a 3 or 4 page spread in the magazine for my event. They were here. They brought Mega Titan all the way to Florida. Trailered that thing all the way to Florida. A big 4-wheel steer supercharged Titan, Nissan Titan, okay?
Damn.
But dude, I got sponsored by Monster. And I went down there to the park and I met with the guy and all this, all that. And dude, at that time I was driving my wife's car. That was a Scion TC.
Nice. Yeah.
Dude, it was on the bump stops all the way home. It was full. We had to sit all the way to the top. Nothing but Monster energy drinks.
Wow.
It was ridiculous. I had a bunch of them left over, so I took them to work and I started giving them out.
Okay.
And I really could, because some of these guys were old at the time, and I know that their hearts weren't happy. One of them, he took the 5-hour. This guy's always, dude, he was flapping his arms like a bird. Oh my goodness, this guy's gonna have a heart attack, and I'm responsible. But no.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, I was giving them things away. I had so many of them, dude. And when I was doing the event, okay, I drank probably 3 of them, 3 green Monsters. Well, all throughout the day, I only had to use the restroom one time, and it glowed in the daylight.
Damn.
I don't know how I went to sleep that night, but I did.
No shit.
Dude.
No
That was a
shit.
long time ago. Now, this right here, I started on this just before 7 o'clock. This right here will last me probably till around lunchtime.
Okay. Okay.
I just sip on a little bit here and there.
And then I guess the last one that we were kind of looking at is any future plans with your RC stuff. You're moving anywhere? You're pushing harder on specific things. You're moving new merchandise. I saw the website's beautiful. Any more?
I've got shirts on Spring, Teespring, or Teespring was Teespring. Now it's just Spring.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah.
I really need to try to get on my merch though. I know merch is a big thing, and I've never really went after it. If that makes any sense, you know?
Yeah. Push too hard on it. Yeah. Yeah, I dig the
Yeah. I don't want everybody to walk around with an Exocaged shirt.
Oh yeah.
Well, I do kind of. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, my order's coming in. My order's coming in. So yeah, thanks. Thanks again for sticking around and kicking it with us, man. It's always a pleasure. You're the man. You bring the heat all the time. Everybody loves the videos. I watched the shootout with the tires and stuff again, and it was really good. So, man, those holds here on Guam, they're not doing that well. I will admit, they're not. They're not doing that well.
These right here.
Yeah, they're too stiff.
Yeah,
they're
a specific tire, man.
Yeah.
Like loose terrain, if you're launching up it, they'll work pretty good. But
Yeah.
like side hill, it's a bogger.
Yeah.
So they slide. It's a very specific tire for a specific terrain. Usually more loose, dirt, sandy, where you can kind of use them almost like little paddles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a very specific tire.
The megalithic.
Yep, megalithics.
Megalithics. One of the guys already picked it up, and then over here at our local hobby shop, he brought in a load for us to try out too. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna be on the come up, at least here on Guam. It's a little bit slower here. You know what I mean? We don't get stuff as fast. You got to ship shit over and all that good stuff. So hopefully we can make a sharper connection. But yeah, I hope to see a lot more reviews and stuff locally with those megalithics because they look pretty good. They look like a rupture on steroids, if you ask me. It's got a
and they are currently Sorca legal.
Oh, okay.
So if you follow the Sorca rules on tires, which we generally do, but I've already told the guys here that come to my events and all that these are going to be legal.
Okay.
Just to me, the tread is kind of a mix between an ATV and a Pro X, Baja Pro X, kind of one of those things. And it's as close as a lot of these other tires are to being, legal or whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna make sure these are legal for us. But I got to tell the guys, say, look, they're legal here. They may not be legal where you go.
Yeah.
So it's like we don't have skill points. I'm like, if you're building for here, wonderful. If you want to build to go compete at Sorca events, well, you're going to need a lot of cheater points. I meant skill points. Sorry. Yeah, I can understand you got to have a minimum of 10 points, or you got to have a minimum of an interior and a driver and, 4 items, something like that.
Yeah.
Something that everybody can do relatively easy, but 40, 50 skill points, that's ridiculous, man, because you're wasting money. You're wasting your center of gravity. It's a waste in my opinion.
Yeah. Skill points are cool. Skill stuff is cool in general altogether, but
I do.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Skill is amazing, especially when you see, like at USTE, this guy's got this scale truck, and it's got like a little fryer on the back with smoke coming off, and it actually smells like bacon.
Whoa!
Yes. You walk by like, oh my God, somebody's cooking bacon, and you can actually like smell the bacon off of it. And this one guy has a trailer with like a little smoker on the trailer. Legit. He was in there legit with a little piece of charcoal, like cooking Vienna sausage.
That's fucking sick, dude. That's badass.
He was legit cooking sausages. I'm like, man, that's amazing.
One of our teammates got a couple 3D printers, so he's He's one of our sources for the pallets and the baskets, and he just printed me a nice what is it, welder's helmet. If you look at it the right way, it looks like a welder's helmet. So yeah, Jordy, thanks for the Scout 3D parts, man. They help out a lot, especially if you're gonna shoot completely for a scale look.
They're lightweight and everything too.
Yep.
Hey, if he can do TPU and he does his own designs, see if he can design you guys some inserts down there so you have a local source for them.
TPU is a filament style.
TPU is a flexible filament. Yeah, it's just a like a rubber filament that you can print with.
Okay.
Get this open up, try not to rip it. Oh, heck of it.
So give me 1 second.
Like,
1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. The Banff inserts right here, and these are a pin design right here. So, and this right here is a separate piece. I haven't had any issues with it coming loose in the tire yet. But like, if you guys can print something like this and have it local, it'll be awesome.
Sorry. Continue. Oh, okay. So that's TPU filament.
Yeah, just a TPU.
Holy sh! Oh, damn.
Yeah, it conforms, and that's what the inserts are made out of.
I'm kidding. And that's closer to what that BAM is.
This is a BAF insert.
Okay. Oh, I thought they were orange. Yeah, oh, no kidding.
Well, yeah, we got orange one and the blue one. See, these he sent me specific. He actually put front on these.
Okay.
So I have another set that are orange, and those that have rear written on them, I haven't got them into anything yet.
Okay.
But I'm going to go in there. I've got inserts all over the place, man. I've got some over there on the table, I know. But yeah.
How much?
So anyway, if you guys can get TPU and print them over there for you guys,
okay.
I mean, heck, that'll be awesome for you. I mean, you have them right there. The guy would probably have that printer running nonstop, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, though.
Okay. TPU. Tip, Jordy, if you're listening, Jordy, TPU is what Mr. Exocaged said, man. TPU filament.
Yeah, TPU is just a flexible filament.
Okay.
That's what all these are. And I have no idea what exactly they are. As far as like, I know this has a YZZR insert in it. I think these all might be YZZRs. But anyway, yeah, try to make your own down there. That way you've got it, you know?
Yeah, the local hobby shop has they have a set. I'm not too sure what they are. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of pricier. How much do the sets, four pieces of inserts go for?
The users are around $35 to $40
for 4.
Yep. Yes. Now the more expensive ones are $75 and $80 a set.
Okay.
So like I say, if you can print them locally,
yeah,
you know, you have a huge advantage versus having to order whatever we got over here with the currency exchange or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
The years are $35 right there.
Yeah. Stormy's got YZZRs. I'm getting. Can I borrow your YZZRs, please, so I could try them? And Three Brothers 2. Yeah, Three Brothers 2 was also a bigger name that was rotating here. Three Brothers 2, which is the original.
They were the first with the they were the first out with the inserts, you know.
Who would have thought that would work?
It does. It really does.
Really good. And the main thing you take out of it is turning, yeah?
Turning, the accuracy is amazing. Trust me, when you first drive them, you put them into your wheels or drive somebody else's truck, you're best to know in your own truck since you know your truck. But the first thing you're going to notice is it turns now.
Turbo. What about turbo slungs? You've run turbo slungs before?
I've never heard of turbo slugs.
Okay. J-Max is the one here.
I know Turbo, the snail was pretty quick in the movie.
He was the quickest. BAM F is $50 a set plus the tire and rim specific. Yeah, that was another thing that I was getting a little bit confused on when I was doing some research. Is speaking to my local guy, he was, what tire you're gonna put him in, what size tire you're gonna put him in, things like that.
Right.
Yeah, you got to be specific on what you're doing, I guess, for it. So
yeah,
I'll give him a
I'm
shot.
trying to work on a video. I got to get back with him. I'm trying to get 7 sets of J Concepts tires.
Okay.
7 sets of these wheels right here by Power Hobby.
Okay.
Trying to get those, and then contact 7 brands of inserts. Give them the vehicle specs, the tire specs, wheel specs, and say, look, I need the setup. You tell me what goes in the front, what goes in the back. I want to be climbing, dropping, and side hilling. And then I get all these foams in, put everything in. This way, the tires are the same, the wheels are the same. The only thing different are the inserts. And just to see if I can see if there's a difference. You know, I mean, you got the ones that are more expensive versus the users, which I believe are about the most cost effective out there at $35.
Okay.
So, is there advantage? I mean, honestly, I haven't had a bad insert yet. I've had them where they were too stiff for my vehicle, but other than that, I've not had a bad insert. Every single one has done great. And like with the Banff, like these right here have that pin design in there.
Yeah.
I was worried about side roll, in which you can see there is a little bit of side roll on these.
Yeah.
But it didn't negatively affect the truck. So, when we were talking about like the Yizzers up front with 0 side roll, right? You put these up front, but you want a little side roll, but not as much. I'll put these in the back, and you'll get it. So, just my thoughts, you know.
Damn, nice. So what's it gonna take you to come to Guam, man? What's the gig? What we gotta do? GoFundMe or where we at?
To get me to Guam, well, the first
Yeah.
thing I gotta do is get to the office, or whatever, and get a passport.
Oh,
I don't have a passport.
Oh, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
if you guys sent me a ticket today, I'd be like, sorry, let's try a refund on that. I guess I need to get that set up because, like I said, I do want to go to China and all that.
Yeah, man.
I do want to see a little bit more of the hobby and all that. I mean, I've had manufacturers contact me like you wouldn't believe to try to rebrand in my name and this and that, you know, and I just haven't done it yet. I mean, I could get with AGF and rebrand servos into my name.
Okay.
You know, I mean, the only thing is there is the initial investment. You got to order a certain number of servos and this and that, and it's a pretty huge investment. Not saying I couldn't sell servos, because as I understand it, I sell a bunch of them. They're just not mine. So, but yeah, I'm going to branch out eventually. I'm just not sure what yet.
Okay. Oh, and then before I forget, Mr. Hemi Storm says hello. He said to say hello to you.
Hemi Storm, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. He said to say hello to you. I'll relay the message. I most likely, hopefully, will have him on the show as well too. So it's
dude, that's awesome. At my first USTE, I had about 5,000 subs, and he was there. So I met him at USTE, one of the first ones. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. I did get to meet the guy. He was here in the States for USTE, I guess about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I had no idea I would eventually be doing this full time, you know? I had 5,000 subs at that time. I'm like, man, I got 5,000. This is amazing. And now, like, man, I'm actually living off of this.
You gotta help me,
It's
Joe.
amazing.
I'm only at 800 right now, man. You gotta give me. Thank you very much for showing some love, man. It really means a lot. Means a lot, man, to push. But yes, Mr. Heavy Storm said hello and to say hi to you, and that hopefully we can have him on the show. Maybe we can have all three of us at the same time if I figure out that link situation thing or however it works. But yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Solid. The last one was. I don't think I have anything else unless you got something. Future RC plans, travel. Yeah, I think I'm good for this one. Unless you got anything else, I really got. You know what I mean?
All I know is I'm going to Halloween Haul and Crawl with Georgia Rock Zombies. Then I've got I'm not sure what's going to happen now, but I know as the temperatures start cooling down, events are going to start really stepping up around here.
Okay.
So I have no idea exactly where I'm going. I've never had this much freedom to go and do. So I mean, if it's something on the East Coast and I can get it there, then I'm going to go. You know, I want to go back to Beat the Creek, and that's in Kentucky.
Okay.
In May, I want to go back up to Axial Fest, and that's in Illinois. I want to get back up to that, and maybe as the channel grows, as everything grows, maybe I can get out west.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to Proline by the Fire next year.
I would love to get to one of those, but that's in California, I believe, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Or Oregon or some of that, California, some of that.
What the hell is the name of the park? Something Apple
I've
Valley,
never been that
California. Yeah.
Okay, I've never been that far west. As far west as I've ever been was Colorado Springs, Colorado. RC Madison, Connecticut. That's a good drive from Florida too. But yeah, I do want to go do all these things, you know. But let's see if I can get them. See if I can get them, man. But yeah, I would like to get out there. I really would. I might have a connection to get out to California for King of Hammers next year.
Whoa!
I got a buddy. My buddy goes out there every year. He has his own car, truck, and all that. He invited me. He said, "Look, all you've got to do is get your ticket. We'll pick you up from the airport. You stay with us. We'll drop you off at the airport on the way to come home." I didn't have the time from work. Well, now I can call the boss up and just take all the time I want.
Yeah.
The boss is very lenient now.
No kidding. No kidding. No kidding. Wow. So it was a great move. It was a great move to fully invest into doing what you're doing.
So far, it's been wonderful. So far, it's been wonderful, man. The freedom I've got, you know, I might wear shoes once a month. I call it my new life, and so far I'm loving it. So,
any bumps in the road and stuff like that, or
not yet. But then again, you know, I try to keep everything on the safe side.
Yeah.
Like content and all that, because you know, with YouTube being the number one and affiliates, you know, you got to have all that stuff working in sync. Because it all has to work together. And if I get stupid on a video or something and say something like say something political, there's nothing political that you can say to make everybody happy.
Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna eliminate one group, pick up more. So I just keep everything non-political on the channel.
One of the guys asked, what was the day job?
My day job, I was a forklift, pallet jack, elevator, general maintenance mechanic for 25 years at King Edward Cigars, Busher International. 25 years, man. And my wife is doing really good working at Walmart, working her way up. Hopefully in the next 2 years, she'll either be number 2 in the store or possibly even get her own store. And she lives in Atlanta. I live in Florida.
Yeah.
Really weird, I know, but it works.
I was gonna say that last time, but hey, it's not my life,
It's
man. That's
really
your,
weird, but it works.
Yeah.
She actually stays with my daughters or with the daughters and the granddaughter and go to work and all that. So everything is good to go. Whenever she comes to visit, after about 2 days, I'm like, look, baby, you're cramping my style around here now.
You're crazy as hell, man. You're crazy.
I got to get busy on my stuff again. Come on, woman. Get back up there. I will buy your gas. Go. It's weird how it works out, but I think the end goal is going to be to, in a couple years or so, actually move up there.
Okay.
I love the terrain. It's a lot closer to all the big events that are going on, but and then as far as this place goes, I've got a buddy of mine that I want to sell this place to.
Okay.
His name is Gary. He's also Viking RC on YouTube.
Okay.
So I would trust him to take this place and keep the park open in the back.
Wow.
So that I would trust that guy, to take care of it. In which I would also work a deal with him to take the tractor as well, because you can't have all that back there and not have a tractor.
I agree. I just saw you pulling
so much work.
The pallet with the tractor in the last video, and that seems like some hard.
Oh yeah, the track work and all that.
I saw that. I saw it, man. Damn, that means a new Exoplex down in Georgia. You said in Georgia? Is that where she's at?
I would have to build another Exoplex 2.0 or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be badass. That'd be badass.
But I have much more access to natural rock there. I don't have all my natural rocks out there. I take from parks when I go. I always grab some of them. So, and like there's a couple parks I go in when I check in. I was like, look, can I take home some rocks? And they look at me. They look at the Hyundai and they're like, sure, go for it. Man, I will come back. My floorboards will be full. I'm like, I'm loaded with rocks. That car's like, whoa. I do bring rocks back, man. I will load that Hyundai right on up.
You leave as a regular vehicle and you come back as a lowrider is what it is.
Riding the bumps, dude.
That's solid.
This time when I go to Haul and Crawl, I'm taking the Raminator for the pull on that. I'm taking the SCX 6x6. I'm also going to be taking, it should come in this week, the Red Cat Ascend crawler. That should be in this week. So I'll be taking that. I might have some other things that I can take as well. Hopefully they're available to public so I can take them at that time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do videos and testing for companies back here, that never make public video.
No kidding.
So I test and I do some R&D for quite a few different companies, man.
Wow.
Tires, inserts, entire vehicles. And I like it when I get like a prototype vehicle and I can test it out. If I break something, it's usually early enough in the game on that vehicle that they can make the necessary changes that I would recommend. Like, hey, I broke the arm off of this. It broke right here. It needs a hinge pin brace. You need to put it in like this and that. And I can tell them all this because I'm a mechanic. I've done this stuff forever. So I tell them all this, and most of the time they'll at least listen to me. Sometimes they'll actually make the change, and the other times when I do see that vehicle released and they haven't done it, it's inevitable that people are going to start breaking that part, because if I broke it back here, they can break it there.
Do you have an example? Do you have an example of a vehicle that made it to public that had your interest in it?
There's a couple, yes, but I got to keep that under wraps.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It's like if I was testing your vehicle and had some issues, You wouldn't want me talking about those issues that you released. Now it's got issues, right?
Got it.
And whenever I leak information, it's because I have permission.
Yeah. No,
I never leak unless I've got permission, if that makes any sense.
yeah.
Because I enjoy being able to work on these new products and projects and get these things done. So
Yeah.
at least that's my own thoughts, Plus, it helps me as far as like products and videos, all that stuff like that. It just gets me further into the hobby, which is really deep, really, really deep.
104 deep is what it is.
No, it's way more than that, man. I mean, like the non-disclosure agreements, the different things, and all that, man. It's deep. It absolutely is an industry.
Yeah, no kidding.
It absolutely is an industry, and there's a lot of very secret stuff, But that's now I can tell you this one. With Radio Link, we've got this. Okay. I was working with them almost about 2 years ago on a project like this. I can tell you this one because this radio is out. It's proven to be good. Okay. But I made them a video on it, and I did, well, not that one, but I took like 4 different radios and I set that down there, and I told them we need this feature, that feature, that feature, that feature. And they pretty much got everything I asked for in this radio. This is why I like it so much. It's got everything: crawlers, 8 channels, momentary for winching, all that stuff. You can set your momentary up right here to winch in, out, your two speeds, that all that stuff. So that's about that one I can tell you guys about.
Wow.
In which actually, yeah, these go on sale tomorrow and the 11th.
Yes.
Amazon Prime here in the States.
Yeah.
So I'll be posting links all over the YouTube and Facebook and all that for that.
I was able to buy this bad boy for $35 whole instead of the
nice.
I think it's $239. I want to say that it goes for, but I believe in the Amazon Day. I know what you're talking about, and everybody else that doesn't know what it is, Amazon Day happens. I want to say it's a couple times, or Amazon sale happens several times throughout the year. You just got to pay attention. You got to look at the dates.
Yes, I got to make a right. So I got to make an update video on this radio.
Yeah.
And the only issue that I've got to talk about, it's not really an issue with it, but it can be if you don't realize you're doing it. If the radio is too close to the receiver, this is not a receiver. If it's too close to the receiver, it won't pick up. You kind of got to have it a little bit of distance so it'll pick up. So my thoughts are the signal strength is a bit too much up close.
Okay.
So I've done this by accident. I'm like, man, I've got nothing. What is up with this thing, And all I had to do was move the transmitter away, and it picks up. So that's the only catch I've found so far to this. So, and it could use a bigger battery. But that's the only issue, and it's not really an issue. It's just you got to know how to not have it right next to it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, most of the time you're not driving directly at the damn crawler. Oh, of course, the Basher, you're gone. Basher's is gone,
yeah.
But crawlers might be more of an issue on the crawler side. But yeah, the rest of the Basher.
Crawlers, I mean, no, if you're 3 feet away from it, which is pretty common to be that 3 feet away from it. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know of anybody that's right up on the car unless you're trying to push the thing, but yeah, it's perfect. I've got probably 12 vehicles on it right now, and it can hold 200. The receivers are about $20.
One radio can hold 200.
Yeah, the receivers are only around $20 a receiver too.
What's the Fly Sky? 25?
20.
20? 20.
Yep. I've got about 4 of those radios, and they're all full. Like on mine, you got like you have the pink steering wheel. I have different dots on my truck. When you look at my vehicles, and there's a dot on them. Let me see. I don't have a dot on this one, but this right here is actually the on a FlySky GT3C. I have one on this one. Yeah. So when you see the dots, that's how I know what radio to grab. Because if not, I'm grabbing 4 different radios, fumbling through everything to try to find the darn radio for the truck. So yeah, that's kidding. And the M2C jackhammer, red cat machete body on it, man. It is awesome. Nobody seems to care though, as far as videos, popularity, and all that. But that thing runs good.
Yeah, that's a good problem for you to have, all the dots. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. It got to the point where I'm like, what radio goes to what? You know, you got 2, 3 different. When I only had one radio, it was actually pretty simple.
Yeah.
But I got like 4. Man, I probably got like a total of about 14 radios. Some of them are like on the Dumbo, like the Sherps are on the Dumbo 6 channel. And then a few of the RTR ones, I still kept those. A couple still on the Traxxas radios.
Yeah.
I need to go through and narrow down radios.
How do you feel about Vanquish products, or Vanquish Phoenix, and all
Vanquish,
that?
good truck, man.
Yeah.
Vanquish are good.
What's the best one they released in your opinion?
I'll probably say their new Phoenix lineup, since it's a little bit more affordable than the Ultra and the Pro, you know. Yeah. So that was a good move for them to do that, to kind of bring their prices within range. Because when I bought my Pro, it was almost $750. I want to say it was close to $800 just to get the kit for the Pro.
Yep.
So, and that was a big chunk of change to throw down for a crawler kit.
Yeah.
Granted, it's nice though. It was really nice, but was it worth $800? Not really. Not unless you're a fanboy of Vanquish and it's got to be Vanquish and blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah.
But as far as overall performance go, you buy that kit, you got to custom build all that stuff again. So why not start with the Axial 10.2 Raw Builders kit and go from there?
Yeah,
$200 at most.
$200, $220, and go up from there. Yeah,
they're discontinued now.
I think Chronic's got a couple left on his shelf. Vanquish, he was saying something. I'm sorry, our local hobby guy was saying that they're probably not gonna either ship it here to Guam, the Vanquish stuff, or he's not bringing them in anymore based off. A lot of the stuff that's selling is exactly what you're saying. The Phoenix, the 4 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are moving. And what the boys are doing now is they're just getting the metal housings, the F10Ts, and putting all the internals in those housings that come plastic, and you can convert them over to metal. So, yeah,
right. That's another video I've been wanting to do: plastic versus metal housings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious, you know, the metal housings won't twist and break.
Yeah.
But you've got the plastic housings on your vehicle already, and for 99% of everybody driving, they're just fine.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the competition where you like no reverse, so they just got to push through freaking walls and stuff. They'll twist the plastic, you know. But that's like at Cherokee Rock Village, where the ECC was, the Sorka Nationals, and Halloween Hall and Crawl is going to be. The traction, it's like sandstone. It's like it's almost like driving on grip tape on a skateboard. Traction is insane. So, and they get down and they push through. So they got 60% overdrive because, well, reverse is a penalty, right? So they got 60% overdrive. They're pushing and pulling. And the vast majority of them guys are on metal housings, because if you're on plastic housings doing that, you're going to just twist them and break them.
No kidding. Wow. Wow.
Plastic slides over rock better, but if the plastic's broken, you lost.
That'll be the last time it slides over rock better.
You got it, man. You got it.
No kidding. Yeah, man. And then I guess one other thing that I thought of was, man, if I was going to ask if we could brew some sort of online competition that maybe we could discuss through and kind of work it on if you were up for that. If you're not, then it's completely cool or whatever like that. But would really like to work on some sort of collaborative competition in regards to a best body or a cool paint job or I don't know, something like that. The coolest build, the best line to hit, stuff like that would be really cool to do with you. So yeah, just a thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can chat, try to come up with some ideas or something,
Yeah.
See what we can do.
Yeah. If you like metal, it works better for 5 minutes or so. Well,
that's about right. I think there was a coating somebody was using, like a ceramic coating or something. Like there was a coating you could spray on there. It was actually hardened, but that actually was a lot slippery until you chip it off like a lacquer or something like that. I remember seeing something about that at one of the comps. The guy was spraying the stuff on it. It might have been from Cal RC, maybe.
Okay.
But regardless, yeah, there was guys doing some things to try to make their trucks slide better.
Rhino. He said Rhino. Mr. Dublin 24 said Rhino.
I see Rhino. When I see Rhino, I'm thinking Rhino liner, which is like a rubberized coating, which won't work at all here.
Yeah.
But you guys may have a different Rhino spray or a Rhino slick or something like that I'm unaware of.
Yeah.
So
a bunch of the guys here just shoot a load of WD-40 over it and call it quits from there. So truck bed liner.
Truck bed liner.
Wow.
That's like a rubber here. I can't see that working here unless. Is there a hard plastic bed liner that you guys can spray on there? If you can do that, then that will be perfect. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Rhino liner that I see here is like a rubberized coating, and it can be like up to 1/8 or a 1/4 inch thick, to cushion the bed of it. See the silicone. I think that would be more like the Cal RC, the Moose Slick, as they call it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just want to do a video showing like the metal versus the plastic, but I got to set it up right so I can show you. It's one thing for me to sit here and just run my mouth, but if I can show it to you and you can physically see it, that's one of the things about having a channel. It's got to be visually. It's got to be visual,
Yeah.
If you can't see what I'm talking about, then it's like just a waste of time, right?
I agree.
So you got to be able to see what's going on.
You got to get close with that. You're going to have to super close with
That's the thing. I have to have perfect lighting outside, a lot of patience to get the proper probably a bunch of retakes because you missed the right angle or this and that, and some of the movement may not be 3 or 4 millimeters, but like where the metal won't flex at all, the plastic will flex and it'll take it for quite a while, but overall it will fatigue, But plastic axles, I mean, we've all got them. We all use them. $8-10 to fix.
Yeah.
It's just if it breaks when you're out on the trail and you're carrying it back while all your buddies are laughing, telling jokes, and driving theirs, I'd rather be driving, telling jokes with them.
Yep. Okay, man, Mr. Joe, that's kind of all I got. I'll give you back your morning, and we'll try and see if we got some time for another one at another time and place. I appreciate you for coming on. You're the man.
Yes, sir. I'll be doing some soldering here soon, hopefully.
Solid.
US 8s. QSH from my other Max 4 560 for the Losi 5B. Yeah. It never ends, guys. It never ends.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I guess so. All right, guys.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. We'll stay in contact.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Catch you later. Later, buddy.